Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Israel Academy. Today we are going to be talking about Introduction to JSX. Let's go. So the question is, what is JSX? JSX stands for JavaScript XML, which is we are writing HTML inside JavaScript. JSX allows us to write HTML in JavaScript. It makes it easier to write and add HTML in React as well. Let's proceed. So coding in JSX allows us to write HTML elements in JavaScript and place them in the DOM without any create elements or append child method. JSX converts HTML tag into React elements. We have two examples. The first one is the present one, and the second one is the old one that does not use JSX. And as you can see in the first video, JSX allows us to write HTML directly within the JavaScript code. Let's proceed. So we can say const my element equals to h1. I love JSX. Valid. Valid. So we are going to export this. Export default my element. Good. So in our this thing, we're going to bring it like this. My element. Let's check our results. Can you see? I love JSX. It shows that yes, our code is working very, very well. So let's proceed to the next one, which says an extension of JavaScript. JSX is an extension of the JavaScript language based on ES6, and it is translated into regular JavaScript at runtime. With JSX, you can write expression inside curly braces. So the expression can be a React variable or a property, any other valid JavaScript expression. JSX will execute the expression and run the result for you. So for example, they said execute the expression 5 plus 5. So what I want to do now is my element is React is 5 times 5, I'll be 5 plus 5 times better than JSX. Let's proceed. Let's make an example. In this place, we can comment this one just for you to be seeing what we've done. We can say const my element equals to, let's say h2, then we want to say my love for JSX is, let's say 5 times 5 better. Let's go. If we check our result now, my love for JSX is 25, probably let's say 25% better. Yeah. 25% better. Let's save that code. Yes, my love for JSX is 25% better. So let's proceed. Inserting a large block of HTML. To write HTML on multiple lines, put the HTML inside parentheses. For example, now we can create a list item with this value that we have. Let's comment this one out too. And say const my element is equals to UL Then inside this UL, we are going to have li, which says table, another li, which is chair, another li, which says TV, and so and so and so. So now let's check our value. Let's check what we got. Can you see we have a list of items? We have table, chair, and TV, which automatically is telling us that you can write a large block of HTML inside React and it will work. Like we just created a list now. Let's proceed. So in this part, we have one top level element. The HTML code must be wrapped inside one top level element. So if you like, you can write 2 paragraphs, but you must just make sure you put them inside parentheses like div or fragments. But when we get fragment, I will explain. So like this now, say wrap two paragraphs inside one div. Let's proceed. In this situation, instead of li, we'll change it to div. Div is like div is a container, so you have to wrap it inside. Sorry, you have to wrap it inside a container. And let me remove this li and say, okay, in this situation, I want to have a p tag, and h1. And we can say my name is Favor. And in this p tag, say I love color blue. You've already wrapped, it has been wrapped inside a parenthesis, which is div. Div is a container. So it has been wrapped inside a container. So let's check our result out. I love color blue and my name is Favor. So automatically it's telling us that it must be wrapped inside a parenthesis like a div element. And also it says JavaScript will throw an error if the HTML is not correct, or if the HTML misses a parent element. Let's say for example, if we should miss this, it is going to give us error. Can you see we have errors in our code? So let's proceed. Alternatively, you can use a fragment to wrap multiple lines. This will prevent unnecessary adding extra nodes to the DOM. So a fragment looks like an empty tag. Instead of div that we have, you can make use of a fragment. In this situation, what we just need to do is remove the div that we have here, and here is our fragment. Very simple. This is our fragment. Instead of div, you can make use of fragment. You see we still have our value there. Yes, because we've made use of fragment as well. So let's proceed. Then in the next one, we have our element must be closed. JSX follows XML rules, and therefore HTML elements must be properly closed. For example, if you have an empty element that is not closed, it will throw you an error. This is an example. You see, it has a slash at the back. If it does not have a slash at the back, let's cite an example. This is what they are trying to tell us. We say const book equals to, it can either be like this or it can be like this in terms of when we are saying input. Can you see it's not throwing us error? Yes, it is not throwing us error because input does not accept it does not accept something like this. It does not accept this because, but if we are making use of p tag, it accepts that and you have to close it. If I remove this slash now, it is going to throw us an error because it does not understand it. So you have to make sure you close the tag. And we have attribute class equals to class name. In this one, in an example like this, it says the class attribute is much used attribute in HTML. But since JSX is rendered as JavaScript and the class keyword is a reserved word in JavaScript, you are not allowed to use it in JSX. What you are going to use instead is you use the attribute class name instead of class. You know, in CSS, if we are styling our clothes, we'll say class. But in React, you call it class name instead of class. So it says JSX solved this by using class name instead. When JSX is rendered, it translates the class name attribute to class attribute. Instead of the normal, though the class will work, but the best is just the class attribute. So it says use class name instead of class in JSX. So let's cite an example. Okay, maybe perhaps now I want to style this one. Firstly, we have to create a file. We have to create a file for our CSX. So I will say react.css. Then I am going to import it inside here. Import react.css. Accepted. So it's worked now. So if I want to style this h1, I will say h1 class name. Let me say name. And I come here, I style it, which is dot name. The color equals to red. I made use of class name here. So let's check our results. Can you see? It is showing us that my name is fake, which it is showing us the result now that my name is, it's showing us the color of this thing. So you have to make use of class name when you are styling. When you are declaring when you want to style and you want to declare the name for the style, you have to make use of class name. Okay, so let's proceed. In this one, it says comments in JSX. So comments, for example, you know, all these things, the way I've been, this is what we call comments. That is, you want to retain the code, but you don't want to delete it, and you don't want it to show in what you are doing. This is comments. So comment for React is your slash and star. The slash star, then you have to close with a star and slash. What you use to start it is what you use to finish it. So this is how comment works. Well, let's make an example. I can say, let's make use of this one. H3 equals to I love. So now I want to comment this one out. I love Jesus. So in this situation now, I want to comment this out. I'm gonna do like this. No. Do like this. Then I'm giving my slash and this. Can you see it has been commented? This is how you comment in React. You can also make use of this. This also works. It works for JavaScript very, very well. You can also make use of this. So that is how to comment in React. Can you see it is comment? Because I've not closed it, it's commented everything to this point. But we don't need this, so we can just remove this one out. So if we can do general commenting. Actually, I don't need it. Yeah, so that is that for comment aspects. Then JSX in React components. React uses components to build UIs. Components are independent and reusable bits of code. React components are like JavaScript functions and it returns HTML. JSX works perfect inside React components. So for example, you are creating a function car and you say you want it to return my car, this and this and this. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's make an example. In this place, I want to create function car equals to, so then you return for me, you can return, let's say return H3 for me. And I will say, my car is blue. Is blue. Oh, no. My car is Volvo. I don't know, maybe I have a love for Volvo because I've been using Volvo lately. So now that we have our value and I've exported it here, let's check our results. So as you can see, we have my car here already. We have my car here already, which has displayed what we want. Thank you so much for watching. Do well to follow us across all socials at Techie Academy. See you next time. Bye.